to continue Dysfunctional Systems Episode 1, Learning to Manage Chaos. Last time we got Irie on the back of our door and Snowy? Ah, wrong game. Snow? Oh my god, I forgot her name. Winter! Yeah, probably. She's asleep and we're here to continue this.
Yeah.
Girl, don't even begin to talk mess about my northwestern voice. Wait. How did I... Oh, I'm going to put it on auto. I forgot.
It's like listening to a breeze.
And you're like listening to a cat being drawn and quartered.
Oh?
Shit, why did I mention that? I reflexively cover my mouth as if I can grab just what I was just said before. I can reach it her ears and swallow it back. Her ears perk up. She blinks.
Drawn and quarter, what's that?
I refuse to answer. Is it kind of a torture? I was in repulsion as she quietly lifts her thumb to her mouth and gently bites the nail. Nibbling, she sways the rest of her hand in slow motion. She gives me the slightest smile.
Been reading some interesting stuff from the libraries, eh? Old waves. What's that book?
Forget it.
Tease, I'll find it, fire faith.
She leans into the door, smirking. She crosses her arms and visibly relaxes.
Okay, love, I want you to know that I'm loving this. Oh, I'm loving it dearly, Faith, but I do want to see Winnie.
Mercy, this girl is persistent. Didn't I say no?
Then you call that I feel bad for her?
Do I look like the type to spread lies?
Tell her I want to see her.
What for?
Because I told you to.
No, I mean, why do you want to see her?
She shrugs. Because it spills like that what built character by, and I'm scholar for character study.
Quitting again, she adds.
Though I admit I was interested in her before, because she is like a little animal you want to grab such things up and just eat them.
You're coming on too strong, it's suffocating.
Me?
Me. She stares at me, her hands over her chest in mock disbelief. Eventually she starts to smile. Cackle. I wish she would just go away. She drops her hands.
Ah, it's too bad for me. You're just such a powerful gatekeeper. I can't even catch a glimpse of the gray little one over here. I guess I'll be seeing you then, why?
Let's hope not.
I think a teacher was gonna come around to this room a bit later.
Which?
I would tell you if I knew it. Lovely, good luck and peace.
She finally departs. Right. I return to my desk in a foul mood. I don't even want to pick this book back up. Verily, who was that just now? I put my arms back on my desk and slouch, resting my cheek in my hand. Irie.
Irie?
Yeah. She wanted to talk to me?
Well, no, probably not.
She did want to see you, though. She wanted to... I pause. Well, we all know Irie by now, don't we? I hear some kind of ragged, pulsing breath, which I take is for Winter's laugh. We do. She's a character. I flip my book back open and begin once more from where I left off. I don't want to bother having her around. I don't want to bother hearing her around. The noise from before repeats with something of a greater intensity, leading to coughing. I'm sorry, Winter. I'm too amusing for sick people, I guess. You're ridiculous. I'm too wonderful, amazing, astounding. Stop that. I should have chosen to go to a comedy school. You'd get laughed off the stage in a bad way. You laugh at my jokes and go on to say that? Ah, shouldn't bother helping you out anymore. More ridiculousness. No, I command you. Command me? I command you to open the windows. It's hot. Winter, it's the middle of winter. Ugh. I do suppose the thermostat's rather high. I start getting up. And there's my smoldering attractiveness to consider, so stifling. Winter hack/laughs again, and as I go to complete her task. There's something special to be said about people who cause their laughter intent to breed suffering. Oh, what's that? I open the first window. Wait, let me try to be clever. Opening the second, I begin to return to my seat. It's better to be clever when you're quick on the take, Winter. Oh yes, I was certain I had something there. You ever gotten the feeling that there's something smart to be said if only you could figure out what it was? That's what happened. I sit down, looking over at her. How slow are you? I feel like the chilled moves lasses except warm. Very slow. By the way, a teacher should be coming around. Which? If I knew, I'd tell you, lovely. I should stop that. I over regret saying it once. I can hardly believe she comes from the same continent as I do. The Centerlands are huge, you'd best believe it. Plus, I'm pretty sure she's somewhat southwestern with a name like that. Do you all sound the same in the Northwest? Yes, Winter. All 70 million of us talk exactly like me. Sorry, it's just a lot smaller. I smile. Well, honestly, the regional differences are nothing compared to the differences between the Westerns and here you middle folk. At least our word's dialect is still unreadable. Understandable. Understandable? I can understand Irish just fine, actually. I let out an extended groan. Please, I don't need any more talk than like that in my life. I just can't understand it, that's all. I didn't say I'd reproduce it. I laugh a bit. She seems to have gotten more energetic, even if she is still lying in bed. It's good we're friendly, even if I do hesitate to take care of her. Having a poor roommate sounds like the worst. Winter Harrison's place? Coming! As I get up, I smile at Winter. Bet on who it is? I don't know all their voices yet. I think it's our combat instructor. Southern isn't ancient, Winter. It sounds more like Henry. She pulls and covers up her face a little bit in a small show of embarrassment. Adorable, but enough dallying. Hello, Mr. Penn. I was right. Good day, Waverly. How are you? Fine, sir. Oh, Waverly's here. Is it that? Waverly, it's been weeks since I last saw you. A bit a few weeks, so you've been fine, eh? Ah, yes, sir. My first mentor? What's he doing here with Henry? You know, seeing them side by side, they really dress alike. Very stylish and very sharp. You mentored this child? Can you believe it? They give me the simplest jobs only because I'm so young. There are plenty of reasons for it, Walter. Plenty of bullshit. I've done measurements better than that. Then what was it we did, Waverly? I totally forgot, it was so boring. Our first meditations are apparently always supposed to be really easy and unfortunately very tame, long-term, low danger. I think it had something to do with earth, like moving dirt. It was incredibly stupid. I think it was construction issues. I stand correct, there's nothing that can top that, Henry. Playing in the mud, right? That's totally pinnacle. Don't be a smartass, Walter. Walter's one of the most bizarre things I've encountered since becoming a meditator, and he's from Earth. I can't actually peg him down at all. He's the only thing I clearly remember about my first meditation. I know. Anyway, we didn't come here to pester my protégé, Winter Harrison, right? That's right. Where is she, Waverly? Yeah, but... Don't worry, you don't need to go get her. I just want to relay some things. Harrison. Was that Cyrus's girl? Yes, from the dead world. You're here for the girl who went through that? Yes. Walter puts on a strange, somewhat negative expression and places a hand on his hip. Pursing his lips, he looks at me and then past me into the room. I just kinda avoid his eyes. I don't know what Cyrus was doing. His report was nonsense. Walter? Nonsense, Henry. His explanation for what went down is horseshit. I don't want to hear it. How did he manage to fuck things up so massively? There were simple checks to go through. I know he's all about just getting it over with, but... They were children's mistakes and he ruined a child for them. I'm going to need to talk with him later. Will you come? He doesn't listen to anything I say. If you don't persist with numbskulls, they never will. Even though he's a top-tier meditator, I don't think I've ever heard any other meditators go long without talking mess about Cyrus. I'm a little pissed off with him too, not that I only know entirely what went down. The death of an entire world. I wonder what they'll say about it when we have the next class. I wonder how many other students know about it. There are so many worlds though, so many planets. Maybe they won't bother. What's one more lost? I don't know what I'm thinking. While I'm musing over my cruelly dismissive thoughts, a wide square of papers move into my eyesight. Looking up, I see it's a letter being held by Henry. Give this to Mr. Harrison, will you? I take it. On the front it reads, for whenever it's too much to bear, read this, Henry Penn. Tell her expect meeting with me later as well. I nod. Glancing briefly inside, Henry bends to my ear and speaks in a whisper. Presently, I won't offer my condolences or words for her, as it would be rude of me to assume her state. I'd prefer to talk to her directly, you see. He puts a hand on my shoulder. If this has affected you, as it very likely might have, you know where my office is. He straightens up and looks at his watch. I rotate my shoulder a little. Ah, yes! It's winter, right? I nod. Yes. Make sure Winter thinks about what happened, everything that happened. This isn't something to run away from. I nod slowly. The same goes with you for you, Mr. Aure. He pokes my nose at the tip and wiggles in imitation. What is with these men and touching? Walter smirks at me. Weirdo. Let's get going then, Walter. Alright. Henry nods with his departure. Walter smiles and waves. I close the door. I stretch out again, looking at Penn's letter. Who was it? My first mentor, and I look over at her. And Henry, he wrote you a letter. I draw attention to said letter by raising it in a bit and flapping it lightly. Your first mentor? Walter Leslen, something Western. Moving to her bedside, I handed her the letter. I don't think you should read it yet. Winter looks it over and gives it a light shake. She frowns. Me neither. I hesitantly allow myself a smile. That's good, right? It's for the things become too much to bear. I wiggle my fingers with joking emphasis. Yeah. Resting the letter on her bed, she goes quiet. You need to eat, girl. She grimaces at me. Do I? Really? Yes. Now, come on. I reach down and she crucially extends her arms, embracing me around the back of my neck. I pick her up in my arms. What is this? I don't want to talk. You need to walk. I only picked you up since you don't put your feet to the floor when I moved in. I'm just really lethargic. I don't want to move around at all. I've got this wicked cough. You guess that, can ye? I'm not kidding. At least just do the door. That's embarrassing. It's totally embarrassing. I don't want to be seen like this. Please, Waverly. Cackle, no! You've been lying in the bed long enough. Down you go. I begin to love her, and she moans in complaint. Man, this girl's is too light. Feels like I'm barely holding anything. After whining a little bit more, she reclines and carefully stands. I help her to the door and pause to let her stretch her legs a little. Are you good? She quivering and everything. I think I'm fine. Let's get going. Come on, I'll hold you to that at least. Thanks. I need that, I think. Congratulations on completing the game. You may now save your profile. Saving profiles allows for future episodes of Dysfunctional Systems to remember your choices. Be sure to give your profiles descriptive names so you can recognize them later. Note, multiple profiles may share the same name. Rebel Winter. Saved profile. Was this it? Really? Guys, this was it! Actually, Dysfunctional Systems episode 2 has been on the, what is it called? Kickstarter, and they reached it, I think, but they are going to change the art style a little bit because they got a new recruitment to that, I think. That's what I've heard. And that is why we don't have a closure, you know, ending, because this game isn't over yet. It's episode 1. So I'm kind of bummed. I wanted to see if Cyrus is alright, but if episode 2 comes out and you can see it somewhere and I haven't noticed it, please tell me, because I really want to play it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Give all of love and support, and there were a lot of you guys who want to watch this, so I really appreciate you to be here right now.
Because my love's not big enough.